Listen, you can't go back in time and save the clock tower, but this is your blast from the past strategy to get 3 to 5 members in the next 15 minutes. If you want to know the easiest and lowest cost lead generation technique, then definitely don't watch this video. Lead generation is the #1 struggle we deal with gym owners. It's not because it's the worst problem they have or the one that needs to be fixed first. It's because it's the one that makes everything else hurt worse. So before we get into the strategy, we have to identify the different types of leads that we are dealing with. And before we do that, we have to answer, what is a lead? A lead is anyone, and I mean absolutely anyone, that has shown interest in your business. And you might be saying, Fern, that person is never gonna buy, or they aren't interested. And I'm gonna urge you to consider something that could completely change your business. Unless you consider everyone who isn't buying your service as a lead, your business lens is broken. After more than 15 years of selling memberships in my own gym and trying all the tricks from Groupon and Facebook ads and everything in between, I can tell you that I've learned this one thing: never assume who will buy. We've taught hundreds of gym owners the same thing. And when you switch that mindset, all you can see is leads.
I see dead people.
So let's talk about leads and customer acquisition costs. There are 3 major types of leads: hot, warm, and cold. Hot leads are typically inbound organic traffic, someone who lands on your website unprompted. This is super important because this means that they took action without you having to do anything. Whoa. They took the time to fill out the ridiculous 17-question form on your website to say, I am interested. Side note, for the love of God, stop doing that. You only need 3 things on your form: name, email, phone number. Write that down. A warm lead is someone that has interacted with you at some point but didn't convert. It could be a hot lead that is now a warm lead, or someone that didn't join after your referral royal. And then there are cold leads. This is typically a lead from some sort of paid outbound traffic like Facebook ads. These are the highest risk because they are the least interested, least educated, and highest cost. Now that we know the different types of leads, we need to talk about cost of acquisition. The cheapest client to acquire is the one you already have. It's cheaper to keep that person than to get a new one. They're already there. Just don't be a turd and make sure they love it. The second cheapest client is the win-back client. These are people that have already tried your service and know what you do. There's no need to educate them on the benefits or what you offer. You just have to remind them of how awesome it is. The first 2 are pretty much free.
The best things in life are...
And free is good. Referrals are another form of warm lead, but it's still super cheap. Unless you design your referral offer like an idiot. Don't f it up. Any sort of paid lead generation like ads is going to be your most expensive and the least likely to convert. There is absolutely a place for paid advertising, but it is not where you should start.
You big silly goose.
There are certain skills and muscles you want to flex to be successful in that world, and you need to develop those sales muscles by getting really good at the free strategies first. So let's assume you're doing the bare minimum with your hot leads and you're following up quickly with that inbound traffic to get them into the gym. Now let's talk about the easiest warm leads categories. Do you want to get back old members? Yeah, of course you do. And I don't mean the annoying ones who talk during the whiteboard brief.
Bob, shut up.
Pro tip, don't yell at Bob. You have previous buyers and people who have come in for a trial. We're gonna start with previous buyers because they have already shown the propensity to buy and they know the value of what you do. And here's the best part. For most of these people, all we have to do is make them an offer. Don't be the lazy sack of donkey dung that just emails them and says, hey Jenny, would love to get you back in the gym. You might as well just ask them to mail you an envelope of money. You want to start a conversation and then present an offer or an opportunity to come back into the gym and reignite the habit and throw down with their friends again. Christy sent 900 individual texts and got 85 people to commit to coming back for a trial. 23 of those people signed up with a membership. That is more than $40,000 in annual revenue back on the top line just for a few hours of work. I don't know what the ROI on that is, but let's just assume it's better than whatever your current strategy is. Now, when you do this, you have to remember that you will need to touch base with them numerous times in order to maximize the strategy. But I sent one email and nobody responded. Most of us grossly underestimate the number of touch points required to get someone to convert. For cold leads, the average is 17 touch points before they convert. Have you ever reached out to someone 17 times? Now for warm leads, the number is lower because they're familiar with you and what you do, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a layup. You're still gonna have to try. If you can dial up a simple 4 to 7 email sequence that starts a conversation and then presents them with an offer they can't refuse, things will get crazy. We've done this hundreds of times, and box owners regularly get 3 to 5 people to come back into the gym. At an average client value of about $150, this is almost $10,000 increase to your bottom line. Do you hate money? Because that would be the only reason you aren't doing this. Some people ask, well, how many times do I have to do this? Well, how many times do you have to tell Jimmy to push his knees out in that awful squat that he has? Exactly my point. These strategies never die, they just get tweaked over time. Listen, I want you to grow your gym, but I also want you to know what the best and least expensive strategies are so that you don't have to make all of the same mistakes that I and so many other box owners have made over the years. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. We've been doing this for almost 2 decades and we've tested it thousands of times. Click the link below to get the free blast from the past strategy so that you can use it tomorrow. Hope this content helps, and I'll see you in another video.